Today we will learn the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. A relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. We can take one example. 2x square minus 8x plus 6 is a polynomial. Now we can find the zeros of this polynomial. In 9th standard you studied when you find a zero of the polynomial, let 2x square minus 8x plus 6 equal to 0. Then we can factorize the middle term by splitting the midterm. 2x square minus 8 we can write as minus 6x minus 2x, because 2 into 6 that is 12. Then middle term minus 8, 2 into 6 that is 12, middle term minus 8. We need to find two numbers, their product is 12 and their sum is minus 8. So minus 6 into minus 2, 12, and minus 6 minus 2, that is minus 8. So we'll get. Now we can take 2x outside from first two terms, 2x outside, then x minus 3. Then, sorry, one more term is there. 2x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 6 equal to 0. Now we can take a 2x outside from first two terms, 2x outside, then x minus 3. Then minus 2 outside, then x minus 3. Minus 2 into x minus 2x minus 2 into minus 3 plus 6 equal to 0. X minus 3 common. Then when we take x minus 3 outside, then 2x minus 2. X minus 3 outside, 2x minus 2 equal to 0. That is x minus 3 into, we can take 2 outside from here. 2 into 2 into x minus 1. 2 outside, then x minus 1 equal to 0. So here the product of these three expressions equal to 0. That means x minus 3 equal to 0 or x minus 1 equal to 0. Product of these three expressions equal to 0. And 2 is a number, it is not equal to 0. And the product is 0 only when x minus 3 equal to 0 or x minus 1 equal to 0. One of them should be 0, otherwise product cannot be 0. So x minus 3 equal to 0 or x minus 1 equal to 0, or x is equal to 3 or x is equal to 1. Therefore the zeros are x is equal to 3, 1. So x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1. So these are the zeros of this polynomial. So let it be alpha equal to 3 and beta equal to 1. So the first 0 we can take as alpha and the second 0 we can take as beta. Alpha equal to 3 and beta equal to 1. Now 2x square minus 8x plus 6, that is the quadratic polynomial, and the standard form of the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of quadratic polynomial. And here we can find the relationship between the coefficient. So now we are going to find minus b by a, minus b upon a from this polynomial, minus b upon a. So in the place of b we have minus 8. So minus b means minus minus 8, because here b equal to minus 8, a equal to 2 and c equal to 6. So minus b upon a, that is minus minus 8 upon a. What is a? Here a is 2. So minus and minus positive, 8 by 2. 8 by 2 equal to 8 upon 2, that is 4. Minus b by a. Minus b by a equal to 4. And alpha plus beta we can find. Alpha is 3 and beta is 1. Alpha plus beta, 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1, that is also 4. So in this polynomial, alpha plus beta is 4 and minus b by a equal to 4. So here we can write alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a in this polynomial. Then c by a we can find, c upon a. So here c is 6 and a is 2. So c upon a is equal to 6 upon 2. 6 upon 2, that is equal to 3. Then alpha into beta. alpha into beta, alpha into beta, that is 3 into 1. 3 into 1, that is also 3. So alpha into beta is 3 and C by A also 3. So here we can write alpha into beta is equal to C by A. So when we take one example, this polynomial 2x square minus 8x plus 6, and here alpha equal to 3 and beta equal to 1, zeros, alpha 3, beta 1, and alpha plus beta we got 3 plus 1, that is 4, and minus b by a we got minus 8 upon 2, that is also 4. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a, and alpha beta is alpha into beta, that is 3 into 1, that is 3, and c by a 6 upon 2, that is also 3. Alpha beta is c by a. So here alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a and alpha beta equal to c by a. This result will be true for all the polynomials. We cannot generalize from one particular example, but actually this is a theorem and its proof is not important, but we need to learn that result. It will be true for all the polynomials, all the quadratic polynomial. So when we take any polynomial a square plus bs plus c, then sum of the zeros is equal to minus b by a. Sum of the zeros is alpha plus beta minus b by a, and the product of the zeros c by a, that is alpha into beta, is equal to c by a. So we can write the result here. If alpha and beta, that is the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial. If alpha and beta are the zeros of ax square plus bx plus c, if alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha into beta equal to c upon a. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a, alpha beta is c by a, or we can write or sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta, equal to minus b by a, that is minus then b is the coefficient of x, minus coefficient of x, minus then b is the coefficient of x, minus coefficient of x, divided by a is the coefficient of x square, minus b by a, that is minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. So sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square, or alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. And alpha and beta is c by a. Alpha and beta, that is product of zeros. Product of zeros c by a. C is the constant term. C upon a. A is the coefficient of x square. So this is the relationship between zeros of the polynomial and the coefficient of the polynomial. Relationship between zeros and the coefficient of a quadratic polynomial. So if alpha and beta are the zeros of ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0 because it's a quadratic polynomial, then alpha plus beta is minus b by a, and alpha beta is c by a, or we can write a sum of the zeros equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square, and the product of the zeros equal to constant upon coefficient of x square. So this result is very, very important. By using this result we can do some questions. Now we are going to do exercise 2.2. Exercise 2.2, question number 1. First part. find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. First one, x square minus 2x minus 8. Now first we have to find the zeros of this polynomial. Then we need to find the relationship between zeros and coefficient of coefficients. So when we find the zeros of this polynomial, let the polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8 equal to 0. Now we can find the zeros by splitting the midterm. So 1 into 8, 1 into minus 8, that is minus 8, and the middle term minus 2. So now we have to find the two numbers, their product is minus 8 and their sum is minus 2. Product minus 8, minus 4 into 2, and the sum minus 2, minus 4 plus 2. So that is x square minus 4x plus 2x. Minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 equal to 0, splitting the midterm. Now we can take x outside from first two terms, x into x minus 4 plus 2 outside x minus 4 equal to 0. 2 when we take 2 outside, x minus when we take 2 outside minus 4. Now we can take x minus 4 common. Inside the bracket we have taken x minus 4 outside, so x remaining plus x minus 4 outside, 2 equal to 0. That is their product equal to 0. That means at least one of them should be 0, otherwise product cannot be 0. So x minus 4 equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0. If x minus 4 equal to 0, x is equal to 4 or x is equal to 2. Sorry, when we take 2 from left to right, minus 2. Therefore the zeros are zeros are 4 comma minus 2. So now we got zeros of this polynomial 4 comma minus 2. Now we are going to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficient of the polynomial. So the relationship is alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta we can find. Alpha is 4 and beta is minus 2. 4 plus minus 2, that is 4 plus minus 2 is 2. Then minus b by a. Minus b by a, this is the polynomial. Minus b by a, that is minus b minus 2 upon a, 1. So minus into minus plus 2 upon 1, that is 2. So here alpha plus beta is 2, minus b by a is 2. So we can write therefore alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Then we can find the second relation, that is alpha beta equal to c by a. So we can find alpha into beta. Alpha into beta, 4 into minus 2. 4 into minus 2, that is minus 8. Then c by a. C by a. So here c is the constant, minus 8 upon a, that is 1. Minus 8 upon 1, that is also minus 8. So here alpha into beta is minus 8. C by a is minus 8. So we can write alpha beta is equal to c by a. So here we verified that relationship between the zeros and coefficients. So the relationship is alpha plus beta is minus b by a, alpha beta is c by a. Or we can write sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square, and product of the zeros is equal to constant upon coefficient of x square. We will do one more question. We can do fourth part. 4u square plus 8u. 4u square plus 8u. And here factorization is very simple. Let 4u square plus 8u equal to 0. We can take 4u outside. Then u plus, we have taken 4u, that is 4u into u, 4u square, plus 2, 4u into 2, that is 8u equal to 0. Product equal to 0. 4 into u plus 2 equal to 0. 4 is a positive number, Therefore, u equal to 0 or u plus 2 equal to 0. That is u equal to 0 or u equal to minus 2. U plus 2 equal to 0, that means u equal to minus 2. Therefore, these zeros are 0 comma minus 2. Then sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta, that is 0 plus minus 2, that is equal to minus 2. Then minus b by a, minus b by a. So here this is the quadratic polynomial minus b by a, minus coefficient of u, that is minus 8, upon coefficient of u square, that is 4. So when we simplify, minus 2. So both of them are equal. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Now we can find alpha into beta, that is 0 into minus 2, 0 into minus 2, that is 0. Then c by a, c upon a. Here we don't have constant term. If we don't have constant term here, that is 0. So 0 upon 4. 0, this is actually 0 here. We can write it like this. Constant term is 0, 0 upon 4. 0 upon 4, that is 0. Now both of them are equal. So we can write alpha into beta is c by a. Alpha beta is c by a. Then one more question. Question number 1, fifth part. T square minus 15. First we will find the zeros. Let t square minus 15 equal to 0. Therefore t square equal to, we can take minus 15 from left to right, t square equal to 15. Therefore t, we can take square root both the sides. Square root of t square is t, and square root of 15. Square root of any number is plus or minus 15, because square root of 25, square root of 25 is plus or minus 5, because 5 square is 25 and minus 5 square. Minus 5 square is minus 5 into minus 5, that is also 25. Therefore minus 5 square also 25. So we can write a square root of 25 is plus 5 or minus 5. So similarly, t square is 15, therefore t is equal to plus or minus root 15. Therefore the zeros are square root of plus 15 and square root of minus 15. So now we got two zeros, alpha and beta. Alpha is root 15 and beta is minus root 15. Now we can find the sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta, that is root 15 plus minus root 15 cancelled 0. Then minus b by a. So here we don't have constant term. When we write in standard form, this is t square plus 0 into t minus 15. When we write standard form. So minus b by a, minus coefficient of t. So here 0. 0 upon coefficient of t square 1, that is 0. Both of them are equal. So we can write therefore alpha plus beta is minus b by a. And similarly alpha beta, alpha into beta, that is root 15 into minus root 15, that is minus root 15 into root 15, that is 15. Minus alpha and beta is minus 15. And here c by a, c upon a, here constant minus 15 upon a 1, that is also minus 15. So now we got the same number, alpha and beta minus 15, c by a minus 15. Therefore alpha and beta is equal to c by a. So now we got the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. Now second question, question number 2, same exercise. Second question, find a quadratic polynomial. Each with given numbers as the sum and product of its zeros respectively. So before that we need to learn one formula. If alpha and beta are the zeros of a polynomial, zeros of a quadratic polynomial, if alpha and beta are the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, then the quadratic polynomial is a constant k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So here k be a real number. K can be any real number. X square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So here, if alpha and beta are the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, then the quadratic polynomial is k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So this formula is very, very important. And here, alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. That is actually minus alpha plus beta. Here a is 1 and c alpha beta and minus b minus alpha plus beta. So sum of the zeros, here sum of the zeros or alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros is minus b by a. That is minus alpha plus beta. Minus and minus plus. So alpha plus beta. That is correct. And the product of the zeros, alpha and beta, that is c by a. So here c alpha beta upon 1, c by a 1, that is also same. So here if alpha and beta are the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, then the quadratic polynomial is k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So k can be any real number. So here in second question, find a quadratic polynomial each with a given numbers as sum and product of its zeros respectively. First part, 1 by 4 comma minus 1. So here it's given numbers as the sum and the product of its zeros respectively. So the first number is the sum of the zeros and the second number is the product of the zeros. So alpha plus beta is given, that is 1 by 4, and alpha beta is given, that is minus 1. Sum of the zeros given, product of the zeros given. Then we need to find a quadratic polynomial. Find a quadratic polynomial. Therefore the quadratic polynomial is k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. That is k into x square minus alpha plus beta 1 by 4. Alpha plus beta is 1 by 4, 1 by 4 into x plus alpha beta minus 1. So x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Alpha plus beta can be replaced by 1 by 4 and alpha beta can be replaced by minus 1. And here this is the answer. K can be any real number. So if you want to get backside answer, if you replace k by 4, you will get a backside answer. If you replace k by 1, your answer will be x square minus 1 by 4 into x minus 1. So that is also correct answer. So we will get infinite number of quadratic polynomials with zeros. Sum of the zeros 1 by 4 and the product of the zeros minus 1. So when we replace, when k equal to 4, polynomial is, when we replace k by 4 into x square, that is 4x square. Then 4 into minus 1 by 4, 4 and 4 will be cancelled. Then minus x. Then 4 into minus 1, that is minus 4. So when we replace k by 4 into complete, that is 4 into x square, 4x square. 4 into minus 1 by 4, 4 and 4 cancel, minus x. 4 into minus 1, that is minus 4. This is one answer. If you replace k by 8, then it will be 8x square minus 2x minus 8. That is another answer. Or if you replace k by 1, then your answer will be x square minus 1 by 4x minus 1. This is also correct answer. So we need to write any one of this. So without writing k also we can write directly. Therefore, the quadratic polynomial is without writing here this part x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. X square minus 1 by 4 into x minus 1. So that is also correct answer. So we can write any one of this. Backside answer may be this one. Now we can do one more question. Second question. Fifth part. Minus 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So here, first number is sum of the zeros. Alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 4. And the second number, product of the zeros. Alpha beta is 1 by 4. Then the polynomial. Polynomial is, if you want, we can write a k. Otherwise, we can avoid again. K into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. That is k into x square minus alpha plus beta. That is minus 1 by 4. So 1 minus already there. Minus 1 by 4 into x plus alpha beta 1 by 4. That is k into x square plus 1 by 4x plus 1 by 4. So here, if you take k equal to 4, then we can avoid this denominator. So when k is equal to 4, then 4 into x square, that is 4x square. Then 4 into 1 by 4, 4 and 4 cancel, so plus x. 4 into 1 by 4, again plus 1. So 4x square plus x plus 1, that is one of the answers. Or if you replace k by 1, the answer will be x square plus 1 by 4x plus 1 by 4. That is also correct answer. So here, in this polynomial, sum of the zeros minus b by a, 1 upon 4. Sorry, minus b by a, minus 1 upon 4. Product of the zeros, c by a, 1 by 4. 1 by 4. And here also, you just take here, sum of the zeros minus b by a, minus b, that is minus 1 by 4 upon 1, that is minus 1 upon 4. Product of the zeros, c by a, 1 upon 4 upon 1, that is 1 upon 4. So both the answers are correct. You can replace k by any real number. Okay.